Alright, once more we have seen the Salamence, Tapu Koko, Ferrothorn, a Milotic, a Tyranitar, and also Excadrill. And Tapu Koko is going to be one of the key Pokemon here to deal a lot of damage on the Tapu Fini from Adryan's side. And also Ferrothorn, which will be a good hard counter for a Pokemon such as Tyranitar, Tapu Fini, and also can survive and can also deal quite a lot of damage or stall Pokemon such as the Excadrill. With the two Intimidate, we have two potential of Mega Pokemon from each side. We have the Salamence, Mega Salamence, which is really popular in this format, in this early format, and also Tyranitar, which is usually potentially used to control the weather a lot. When with the Mega Stone, with the Mega Tyranitar, it tends to set up the sand stream once more after it Mega Evolves. And I think we will be having 15 more seconds for both of these players to choose their Pokemon. And it seems that Adryan Sutantoso has chosen his Pokemon, and Hafiz also has chosen his Pokemon, and we're going to see the both leads from these two players. Once again, this event is promoted by Tokopedia, the biggest e-commerce in Indonesia, and also peripherals by Logitech Gaming. So thank you to both of them. And right now, now we'll see a lead of Salamence and also Excadrill. Wow, Hafiz is going for a Tyranitar and also Excadrill. And so these two Excadrill can deal a lot of damage. We'll see the Intimidate. It's a really huge deal onto Hafiz Siddik's side, especially intimidating both of these two potentially physical attacks Pokemon. And but instead of doing any attack, Salamence decided to send some once more, going for the Earthquake. A really huge damage onto the Excadrill. Does not pick up the KO. Still rare health and Tailwind from Adryan's side. Salamence is a really interesting point. And another Earthquake doesn't affect both Salamence, but going to deal a lot of damage onto this Excadrill, showing that after, and this with 10 HP left, and showing after with this that's the Salamence is actually doing the Salamence is doing a lot more damage. It's interesting, and I think we see that Hafiz Excadrill is not using the Sand Rush ability, as the Salamence is faster, and we see Salamence has Mega Evolved, showing the Arrow Light ability after the nerf in this format becomes 20% instead of 30%, and the Salamence is also Mega Evolving for Hafiz side, so we'll see a double Mega Salamence and also two Excadrills with red HP left. And we'll see that Salamence is going, and the Rock Slide is going to connect onto both of these two Pokemon. surviving Excadrill and also deals a lot of damage onto the Salamence. Hyper Voice comes out from the Salamence, going to pick up the K onto the Excadrill. A lot of tons of damage onto the Mega Salamence that have just Mega Evolved. And right now Salamence is gonna flinch. There is no and can't do anything. So Hafiz is not really in a good position right now. But opting for another Tyranitar going out and probably gives a lot of pressure onto the Chaos Breaker, which is the Mega Salamence from Adryan's side, with the Rock Slide and also a potential Ice Beam or even an Ice Punch probably. And this Salamence is going to without the -1 attack, it's probably will pick up a huge damage onto the Salamence, or even with a Rock Slide, a spread move which can also potentially kills the extra if it connects. But the Salamence from Hafiz side decides to protect, and then the Tyranitar also decides to protect. So we see a double protect here from Hafiz, going to see what's going to do, and the Iron Head onto the Tyranitar side, and the Hyper Voice as well onto these two protected Pokemon. And so this turn, basically the Sandstorm is just reduced by another turn. What's interesting here is that even though the Tyranitar is dealing a lot of pressure onto these Salamence, but an Iron Head is potentially giving out the flinch onto the Tyranitar and also deals a lot of damage onto the Tyranitar. And I don't think that Hafiz actually wants to trade off that lot of HP in this bulky Tyranitar, which is probably the key in winning his game in this position right now, especially after losing his extra very early in the game. Standing out the Tapu Koko, which is a neutral from steel type attacks, going to set up the terrain and the protect once more, coming out once more from the Salamence with an Iron Head going to connect onto the Tapu Koko, almost 50% health, but with the Hyper Voice and also the chip damage from the sand, it's not going to be that good. And Tapu Koko is right now on the red HP area, which is not looking that good for Hafiz. The Sandstorm is really long, that the Excadrill, which is it seems that Hafiz is doing a lot of it's his fault. One of the fault that he makes is doing Sandstorm, and his Excadrill is not the Sandrush variants. Therefore Adryan's Pokemon is much faster and deals a lot of damage, and with the Rock Slide and also another Tailwind from Adryan Sutantoso, it's probably be the game. So I think that's it. That's a pretty good game by Adryan. So Adryan won the first game with 4-1.